Okay, so probability. A fair six-sided dice is rolled. So as soon as I read that, I know the numbers on the dice are going to be number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5 and number 6. They're all the possible options. And it says the probability of one of the following events is marked on the arrow below. So this arrow here in red represents one of the following A, B or C. So let's just think what we've got. A, the dice lands showing a number less than 3. So from the above list, which ones are less than 3? It doesn't say that it includes the 3, so the numbers that are less than 3 are 1 and 2. So that is 2 of them out of the possible 6 is the probability for A. The second one, B, the dice lands showing the number 3. So there is only, for B, there is only one way out of the possible 6 of showing the number 3. And then finally, C, the dice lands showing an even number. So even numbers are 2, 4, 6. And there are no other even numbers, so that is a probability of 3 out of 6. So if we go back to the question, the probability of landing on the arrow, so the arrow is positioned exactly in the middle, and the middle between 0 and 1 is a half. Halfway in between, also known as 0.5 or 50% if it was a percentage. So which one of the following A, B or C are exactly a halfway in between or 50%? So if we look 2 out of 6, 1 out of 6 and 3 out of 6, 3 out of 6 is the same as a half. So I'm going to show it here. 3 out of 6 is identical to a half. If you use equivalent fractions, divide both top and bottom by 3. So that is going to be our half. So that is option C. So the arrow is at point C. It says label the arrow to show the one that represents it, so we now know that's C. And then question B, mark and label on the scale to show the other 2 events. So if we look at A, we've just worked out that A was 2 out of 6. So if we look at the scale and see what it's split into, so let's get a little highlighter. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces it's split into. So if it's 6 split into 6, each one of these is going to be worth a 6. So this is 1/6, 2/6, a half, which we've already said is the same as 3/6, 4/6, 5/6, and the ending, which is 6 out of 6, which is a whole one. Now we've wrote that in, it should be easy to answer the question. So mark on the scale the other 2 events. A was 2 out of 6, so A is going to be that one there. And B is 1 out of 6, so that's going to be the location of B. Okay, let's have a look at another question. Again, different style. This time we've got some cards. So the following cards are placed into a box. We've got the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a card is selected at random. Now random is just telling us that they all have an equal chance of happening. What is the probability that the number on the card is the number 3? How many ways can we get the 3? There is only one way out of the possible 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 options that we can get it. So 1 out of 6. The only time that you write your answer in words is if you've got a list of words to pick from. So you can put it as 1 out of 6, or if you know the percentage or decimal equivalent, you can, but fractions are usually the easiest to work with. And then the second question, an odd number this time. So you need to go and find your odd numbers. So 1 is odd, 2 is even, 3 is odd, 4 is even, 5 is odd. So I've circled 3 out of the possible 6. Unless it tells you to simplify, you can leave it as that.